Welcome back to Glenagors Park. You've just witnessed the pre-final. Now it's the final. That earlier race was the warm-up. This is now the big event, and it's going to be even tougher and even closer than the previous race. Thompson and Taylor on the front row from Wilkinson and Simmons. Dodds, Dimitrov, Mace, Barnard, Napton and Rees round out the top 10. But just look at the drivers on the outer rim of the top 10. Dan Bolton, leading rookie, and still very much with a point to prove. Bray Keneally in the top 16 as well. Aidan Neat, Tilly Gowndry, Oliver Denny, Alicia Rowland, all with opportunities to move their way forward. And away we go through the first corner. Don't forget, of course, Josh Radican from the very back, up the straight for the first time. And are we going to have a clean start? Much cleaner than last time. Oh, I spoke a little bit too soon. We've just about avoided a big incident there, but at the front, it is still Taylor from Thompson, with Wilkinson in there in third position as the rest of the midfield jostles their way down Damon Hill.
Down Damon Hill on the drone, again another fantastic shot. Bray Keneally caught up with that in that incident on the first lap, up in the spoon of course. So he started this in 16th place. Expect him to be moving forward, and that's a move for the lead. So that's Taylor. Is that Taylor or Thompson?
It's Thompson,
Thompson
leading
through to the lead. That's Simmons for second. That's Wilkinson on the C plate is third.
Yes, Taylor was leading and now has dropped down to fourth position in the space of two corners as Thompson once again catches Joe Taylor half asleep there on the first lap this time rather than the last. You can bet that Joe Taylor is not going to take that line down. He's going to want to come straight back into it. Watch for Georgie Dimitrov though in the 23 as Thompson has fallen way down. Now it's Thompson's turn to face the music and Wilkinson has got past Simmons to take the lead. This is an absolute barnstormer from Wilkinson. He is the Welsh champion. He knows this place absolutely perfectly and he's used that experience to effect. Look at it. Absolutely amazing scrap.
Amazing shots from the drone as they go up through the compression complex. That's the last of the right-handers. Wilkinson, the Welshman. I say the Welshman, he's the Welsh champion out front for KMS. Down through Devil's Elbow where the track drops away there. That's a real rib cruncher. Then left-handed down to Paddock Bend. That's the final turn. Now finished 16th last time. Bray Keneally after crashing up in the spoon. He's already up to 7th and it's only early doors.
This is amazing. We've got some absolutely incredible talent in this field and they're all charging their way through to the front. And out comes Simmons, helped in there by Taylor. Is that going to be the 23 Dimitrov through as well? Yes, it is. So Simmons down into Damon Hill and into Carousel. He now leads the way. So that's what? 4 different leaders in the space of 3 laps. Yeah. And it's absolutely incredible. And it's only going to get better from here, guys. This is such a contrast to the pre-final. The top 3 broke away earlier on. Now it's anybody's guess. Pretty much anybody in the top 16 is still a player in this race. There is no clear break, and it's going to be anybody's guess.
How beautiful is this track, set in the foothills of Snowdonia National Park. It is the most beautiful track in the world, bar none. Don't debate me. Anyone that thinks there's another track in the world better looking than this one, then I've yet to see it, that's for sure. Send me a photo if you think I'm wrong. And up the inside, is that Taylor this time? It is. Joseph Taylor started P2. He's back to the lead. Simmons still second, but not for long. Down the inside. Who is that down the inside? Is that
Dimitrov.
Thompson? Oh, Dimitrov.
Yep.
And we've got an aim cart running wide on the grass as well.
So now we're 1, 2 and 3 is up the inside. Now comes Thompson. Thompson back in a second position. Brilliant scrapping there as they once again challenge their way through the compression complex. And look at them all snake together. There is no one man out in front of the rest by a big margin because even the lead that has been pulled out there is still only small in these early stages. And if these guys work together, they'll catch him in seconds, not laps. And Taylor is having to run scared. Yeah, there's Keneally in third.
Keneally up to third from 16th. Don't forget, if you watched the pre-final earlier, it was Keneally who was out right about here in the track on the opening lap. He battled back to 16th. He's now up to third.
Here comes Thompson.
Make that second as Thompson goes through to the lead. Keneally goes with him.
I can't believe we're about to potentially see Bray Keneally take the lead here. And look who's been caught out of the mix at the back of this queue. There he is, Wilkinson in the C-plate. Oh, that is Max Dodds. Alex Simmons was up the inside. Max Dodds had nowhere to go but bounce off him and off at the compression complex. And it still means that, well, Thompson is still leading for Fusion, but that's made the team's headache a little bit bigger.
We'll have a look at the replay, but I'm pretty sure Alex Simmons was up the inside of Max Dodds there, clipped the curb, that threw him out. to the left, and left Max Dodds with pretty much nowhere to go. There's Simmons, he's clipped the curb, that's running wide. A little bit of contact with Dodds, and Dodds, the unfortunate party there, he's off and he's not going to recover from there.
Yeah, completely blameless, Max Dodds. Nothing he could do about it, but you couldn't really say either that Alex Simmons assassinated him off the road either, because he was taking his inside line, got on the curb and just drifted into him. Nothing he could do.
Certainly wasn't deliberate. Certainly not deliberate, but Max Dodds will feel hard done by, and well, you can understand that. That's the GP plate Barnard, so Thompson leads it then. Let's get back to where we were. So it's Thompson leading from Keneally. Keneally's come from 16th, of course, up the Dragon Straight, 220 metres from turn 1 to the apex at turn 2, which is right there. That's a blind brow they go over. They cannot see the other side of the brow. So Thompson leads from Keneally, and then Joseph Taylor there in third place. Wilkinson not in the top 3 as he was last time. Thompson is though, and Thompson will like this in fact, because the fact that Keneally is there in second, if he has a look over his shoulder, he'll realise that he's not competing with him for the championship positions, having had a poor pre-final. So Thompson will be pleased to see the likes of Johnny Wilkinson, for example, not in that leading 3. In fact, he's further back in the chasing pack there on the left-hand side as they go down to the final turn, Paddock Bend. It's these 4 well clear. In fact, the man in 4th place got a little bit of work to do. The man in 3rd got a little bit of work to do to catch these 2 out front.
Yeah, the man in 4th, incidentally, is Georgi Dimitrov, the Fusion Kart. His teammate in front of him, Joe Taylor. But Bray Keneally is the man really holding the candle to Harry Thompson. This is incredible considering he was actually off the circuit in the pre-final. Started this race having fought his way back to 16th in the pre-final. Started P16, was P7 by the end of lap 2. This man is now charging for a victory. This is now the scrap for 5th position, and it's led by the 12 of Tyler Reid with Barnard, Simmons, I think that is the 34, still hassling his teammate, and in behind that is the C-plate Wilkinson. What a difference a race makes, Alan. He was right up at the front in the previous one, now he's struggling.
Yeah, there's Tyler Reid's information, currently in 5th place. He started 15th, so he's made up 10 in this one. Former winners in this category of racing, of course, include Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton, 1991 and 95. This is the battle for 5th place. It looks like Barnard's come through for 5th. That's Simmons with him, and the C-plate in behind them pair is Wilkinson, and in fact that's Simmons going through on Barnard. Barnard loses 3 down the bottom of the hill through the carousel, so Barnard goes from 5th to, what's that, 6th, 7th, 8th.
Yep, 3 places gone, and that is how quickly it can transform. And they're still swapping places in the mid-corner. He's managed to get one back in position, so that's up to 7th place now as he returns up the order. It's so difficult to keep in touch, but watch these 2 out front. Yeah, they've got away.
They're disappearing, aren't they? It's now no longer a battle, a 3-kart battle. The man in 3rd place is now well behind. It's between this pair, Thompson and Bray Keneally. Now Thompson will want to win because he is a dedicated winner. He's not here to come second. Having said that, if he has a look over his shoulder, he might think, you know what? And this is where Bray Keneally needs to think about it, Jake. Bray knows that Harry Thompson can't afford to go off the track. He can afford to throw one up the inside and know that Thompson has got to give him it if he throws it up the inside, because Thompson cannot afford to go off the track.
Yeah, Bray Keneally is the man with everything to gain. Harry Thompson is the man with everything to lose. But as they come out of Club Corner down the Dragon Straight, I want you to watch this. Hopefully we'll stay with them as they go up the straight into the quick flick. Now watch this. The difference in line is quite fascinating. Keneally takes a much wider line to get the cut in for that slower spoon corner, and he gets great speed off the turn. But he's been doing that the last 5-6 laps. He takes a much wider line, a faster line, but it's potentially a bit more wearing on the tyres. But Bray has that aggressive stance through corners. He can just throw it in and the kart just bites through the mid part of the apex. Thompson is a much smoother approach through the spoon, and it's a cleaner, more disciplined style. It's really fascinating to watch these 2 drivers go about it with 2 very different attitudes to different parts of the circuit. Absolutely fascinating.
You said it earlier, Jake, very eloquently. Harry Thompson in this 2-kart battle here is the man with everything to lose. Bray Keneally is the man with everything to gain because he's had a poor weekend coming into this final with the crash in the pre-final. So Keneally's the man with everything to gain. He can afford to throw one up the inside and know that Thompson's got to give him it. We're getting down to the business end, but I don't see Keneally making the move yet.
Well, no, Thompson, he was very crafty there, because any other driver would have swung it to the inside line for the left to defend like crazy. No, Thompson, he moved maybe an inch and a half off to the left just to cover Keneally's line. Enough to defend, but enough to stay very quick through the next corner. Thompson is turning into one intelligent little racing driver.
Last lap coming as they go across the line. Thompson's looking to defend now. He sweeps across the inside. Now he's going to make it very difficult for Bray Keneally. I think Keneally's left it too long. He's the fastest man on the track, but he hasn't got track position. Yeah. That's all important at this stage.
Watch this. Thompson's going to make his Kart as wide as a Buick round the Glen Gorse Park circuit. Have a look at this down the straight. Look, he's hugging the inside line. I'm not going to make that gap wide enough. I'm going to belt you to the right side of the circuit, then tighten up for the left, up the hill, through to the compression complex. He's going to park it firmly on the inside line. Can Keneally do exactly what Thompson did? Round the outside. He's in front. He's done it again. So Keneally has got through, and Thompson has been played in his own game. He's back to the inside, pushes him back into the lead. Up and over the curve goes Keneally. He had a great move. He got in, but Thompson was wise to it. That's my trick, Bray. I'm not going to lose the race to you. Fantastic. And across the line, Dimitrov, has he just beaten Joe Taylor for third position as everybody bounces across the grass on the final bend there. Simmons versus Barnard gets a little bit clumsy, but what a fight back. Absolutely incredible disciplined move from Thompson with 2 corners to go. Taylor it is that just beats Dimitrov with Wilkinson, Simmons, Barnard, Bolton, Reed and Dunn. What a race.
Harry, try and describe that last half a lap with Bray. The crowd on the balcony were screaming and shouting for both of you. 2 superb moves, and there can only be one winner. You're the man that ends up on top. Talk us through it.
Well, basically, Bray drove really well and got around the outside of me, but I just managed to drive up the inside through off the exit, and yeah, he done a really good move. I know it was hard to get him back. It's good points, secure points, and there's just so much longer to go, so nothing really to get overconfident about.
Many another driver might have cracked under the pressure, not Harry Thompson, and look at the buffer it's given him in the championship race. Taylor and Wilkinson are quite a long way back by consideration. Keneally and Barnard are snapping at their heels, but Thompson has a firm advantage. 2 wins out of 2, and he's going for the hat-trick in the next part of the programme. Nobody's ever won 3 races back-to-back in the same TV programme. Honda Cadets next.